be really authentic. Don't do networking for networking sake. If you don't like a person, don't make friends with them. It's okay, right? Talk to people you generally want to talk with. Uh, Approach people that you really admire. So I the see the India mein networking happened to me because I was very early into this ecosystem, and we just became friends naturally with each other. But I have done active networking outside of India, right? So there are a few marketers that I talked to before. Now I keep on talking to them some way or the other. So I talk with the CEO of Drift, which is David Cancel. I talked to him over Instagram, uh, because that is one place where he's not the CEO of Drift, he's an art collector. So I talked to him about art, and we jam about that. And we like because I was genuinely interested in knowing how the art collection thing goes. I could not fake it. I just told him that I don't know shit about art, but you seem to be very interested. What does a SaaS guy do with art? And then that conversation started, right? Similarly, I once read Dave Gerhardt's newsletter and it's really stuck a chord. And I wrote to him, I like, dude, your newsletter really hit home with me, hit home with me, and these are the points why it did. This is the anecdote. And there was nothing made up. I didn't expect a reply. But I wrote to him. He replied. We became email friends. Again, I think Tim, who's the CMO of HLFs, um, I admire him. I really respect the things that he does. And there was once a job role that he opened, and I wrote an application to him in a Twitter DM. And he really liked that application. And then he opened up calendar slots for me. We jammed over what I can do. Like it was sort of a conversation to evaluate if I can work with him. And then he figured out, and he basically said that, dude, you're overqualified for the job. I'm just basically looking at a front end writer. And then we became friends. And once during Kula, I got a chance to go to Singapore, and we met for coffee. And now he's one of those acquaintances that I can fall back on. Right. So again, being genuine, being who you really are. I could not really fake myself into being acquaintances of these people, right? And I only wrote to them. Again, I think the Adam Poet is another connection that I have. I seldom, like rarely, get on calls with him to understand what to do and so on and so forth. But that also happened like that. Like he wrote a newsletter that I really liked. One of his LinkedIn status really hit home with me, so I gave him a compliment. That sort of became into a conversation. And then when you are genuinely out there, people know that you're not trying to just play games, handshake networking, which I call, yeah, iska card le liya, iska card le liya, like 10 card ho gaye, nobody cares. So I don't do that. But these genuine conversations, even if they are short, you can always go back and like ask. If you need something, just ask. Don't pretend to do something else and then sort of push your ask in that envelope and then position it. So that has worked for me.